Stop carrying what you survived. Why Black women must finally learn their worth. Welcome to Soft Girl Era, the sacred space where strong Black women unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom they deserve. I'm your host, LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce like sweet softness whispered in French. I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I want to share something with you that came from a powerful conversation I had recently with Devikia Tyson. Devikia Tyson is a woman who is changing the world by reminding Black women that healing and rebuilding in midlife is not starting over from zero, it's finally cashing in on everything you've already survived, learned, and poured into others. Her work centers around a powerful concept she calls flow, finally learning one's worth. And it's not just a slogan, it's a radical shift in how we see ourselves, our pain, our power, and our purpose. So today I want to talk to you, the woman listening in silence, wondering if it's too late. I want to talk to you about what it means to rebuild, to release the cape, and to finally learn your worth at 30, 40, 50, or beyond. Let me start with something that might surprise you. We are told all the time that resilience is our superpower. And yes, we are resilient. Black women have survived slavery, segregation, systemic racism, sexism, heartbreak, loss, and betrayal. We have raised children alone. We have led teams while being underestimated. We have built businesses with no capital. We have held families together while falling apart inside, and the world celebrates us for it. They call us strong. They call us warriors. They call us queens. But here's what no one tells you: resilience was never supposed to be permanent, survival was never supposed to be your identity, and strength was never supposed to mean you carry everything forever just because you survived it. Devikia Tyson helped me see this truth more clearly. Healing and rebuilding in midlife is not about starting over from zero. It's about finally cashing in on everything you've already survived, learned, and poured into others. It's about choosing what you carry forward and what you lay down. And for Black women, especially, we are celebrated for our resilience, but we are rarely given permission to release the pain that made us resilient in the first place. So let me ask you something. What burden are you carrying right now simply because you survived it? What pain are you holding on to because you think letting it go means forgetting where you came from? What role, what responsibility, what expectation are you still performing because you're afraid that without it, you won't be valuable anymore? I want to challenge that belief today. I want to tell you that your age is not a deadline, it's a resource. At 30, 40, 50, and beyond, you are not late. You are not behind. You are walking into a season where your wisdom, your scars, your experiences are assets, not liabilities. The years you spent mothering, leading, writing, rebuilding while carrying pain, those years are not wasted. They are the foundation for your next chapter as a professional, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a woman who finally knows her worth. Let me share a story with you. Dawn Kelly spent decades in corporate communications in New York. She poured her energy into high pressure roles that did not always reciprocate her worth. She faced the invisible tax that so many Black women in corporate spaces know too well: the overwork, the racialized stress, the feeling of being undervalued no matter how much you give. And then one day, her job was eliminated just like that. After years of pouring herself into that career, it was gone. Now, for many of us, that moment would feel like proof that we weren't good enough, proof that we wasted our time, proof that it's too late to start over. But Dawn did something different. She reframed that layoff. She asked herself, what if this isn't the end? What if this is the opportunity to align my work with my purpose, my values, my health, my worth? And so in midlife, Dawn founded the Nourish Spot, a healthy juice and food bar in Queens. She built it around community care and wellness. She leveraged her communications expertise and her deep community relationships to grow the business. She turned her past career into an asset, not a loss. Today, the Nourish Spot is an award winning business that feeds people physically and inspires them emotionally. Dawn's story shows us that disruption and burnout can be the doorway to a more aligned, peace protecting career path. She didn't start over from zero. She cashed in on everything she had already survived and learned. That's what flow looks like. Finally, learning one's worth means you can honor your past without making pain your identity. Surviving heartbreak, loss, and disappointment doesn't mean you have to keep centering your life around what hurt you. Healing is not erasing your story, it's rewriting the meaning of it. Let me tell you about another woman. Her name is Antwi. She's a Black woman in Chester, UK. She launched her own business, but she faced isolation, lack of funding, limited visibility. She juggled three jobs just to keep that business alive because she didn't have generational wealth or access to capital. And eventually, that business closed. It failed. And everything in her story could have been framed as proof that she should stop, proof that entrepreneurship wasn't for her, proof that she missed her chance. But Antwi chose something different. She asked herself, what did I need that I didn't have? And then she built that support system for others. She founded Black Founders Studio, a not for profit organization that supports predominantly Black women founders from idea to launch. She quit her finance job and worked in a local shop to free up bandwidth and emotional energy to build this organization. And in less than a year, without external funding, Black Founders Studio supported 50 founders through an incubator program and helped create around 30 new businesses. Antwi's story teaches us something powerful. You can lose a business and still build a legacy. You can experience failure and still become a catalyst for other entrepreneurs. Rebuilding doesn't just heal you, it changes the environment so others don't have to suffer alone. That's what happens when you finally learn your worth. You stop internalizing failure as proof of your inadequacy, and you start naming the systemic issues that made it hard in the first place. Then you build something that changes those conditions for the women coming behind you. Now, I want to talk about something that many of you are feeling but may not have the words for. It's called racial battle fatigue. Dr. William A. Smith coined this term to describe the repetitive stress injury that comes from being in racially hostile or indifferent environments. For Black women leaders, this shows up as chronic exposure to microaggressions, devaluation in the workplace, being conditionally accepted only when you overperform, remain silent, or carry unspoken emotional labor for your organization. Over years, often into your 40s and 50s, this accumulates sleep issues, anxiety, depression, a quiet sense that your worth is only recognized when you sacrifice yourself. You feel responsible for everyone else, but you're quietly wondering if it's too late to change course or rebuild. And here's the truth, that exhaustion is not personal weakness. It's a systemic problem, and naming it as such helps you stop internalizing blame for your burnout. So, what do? You start protecting your recovery like it's a meeting. You schedule downtime on your calendar, you name it, and you refuse to cancel it for others. You make one strategic cut, you drop one high cost, low return commitment, one committee, one recurring meeting, one invisible role, and you reclaim that time and emotional capacity. You redirect your energy toward work that aligns with your long term goals and your personal calling instead of constantly reacting to other people's demands. And here's what happens, your burnout reduces. your mental, emotional, and physical health improves. You develop a clearer sense of identity and worth beyond your roles. You begin to separate who I am from what this job demands. And your leadership becomes more focused and impactful because your decisions are made from clarity instead of chronic exhaustion. This is what choosing yourself looks like. And I want you to hear me clearly. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it is a leadership strategy. Setting boundaries, protecting your peace, trusting God, refusing to apologize for your growth. These are not luxuries. For Black women in business and leadership, they are survival tools. When you stop overfunctioning for everyone else and start honoring your own worth, you show up more powerfully for your family, your clients, your team, and your community. Devikia Tyson reminded me of something I needed to hear. You can be a mother, a leader, an author, a nurturer, and still choose yourself. You can set boundaries. You can protect your peace. You can trust God. And you can stop apologizing for becoming the woman you fought so hard to become. This isn't selfishness, it's stewardship of the calling on your life. So let me bring this home. If you are 30, 40, 50, or beyond, and you are wondering if it's too late to rebuild, I want you to know it is not too late. You can lose yourself and find yourself again. You can survive something without allowing it to define you. You can finally learn your worth. Your age is not a deadline, it's a resource. Your pain is not your identity. It's part of your story, but it does not have to be the center of it. And choosing yourself is not a luxury, it's a leadership strategy that will transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. So here's what I want you to do: stop carrying what you survive, stop letting pain be the proof of your worth, stop performing strength when what you really need is rest, stop apologizing for protecting your peace, stop waiting for permission to choose yourself. This week, I want you to identify one burden you've been carrying because you survived it, one commitment, one relationship, one expectation that drains you but no longer reflects your worth. Make one small boundary around it. Say no, renegotiate, delegate, or simply rest. And notice how it feels to honor your value in that moment. For the woman listening in silence, wondering if it's too late, your call to action is to take one small concrete step that says, I am worthy of peace, purpose, and a new chapter. And then watch how flow begins. Finally, learning one's worth is not just a concept, it's a lifestyle rebellion. It's a sacred pause. It's the deep exhale you've been waiting for. You are not too late. You are right on time, and your soft girl era is waiting for you.